This place, Richmond, is quite the cheery little spot.
Welcome to another episode of Grade 8 Events. I'm your host, Delaney Hall. It's been a minute. I know we've had a lot of holiday happenings and people have been off, and I know a lot of us, me especially, are waiting to see when this little baby boy comes. So I'm glad to be with you for another week to go over some of our Grade 8 events this week. So the big event happening this weekend, well, there's a couple, though the one that I want to highlight is the 25th Annual Fly Fishing and Wine Festival, happening at in Doswell at Meadow Event Park. So if you all saw 8 News at 9 earlier this week, we had the director of this festival, Bo Beasley, on. I interviewed him last year for this festival. He is very passionate about what he does. I only wish Maddie D was here to talk about fly fishing because you know that is his thing, but I will try to do my best. So I want to bring in the information for this festival. So it's happening on Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 5 at Meadow Event Park in Doswell. They say they're one of the largest, if not the largest, fly fishing festival in the country. Anglers from across the country come to this festival, and they combine it with some wine. So Bo says, of course, people fly fish, they can indulge too, but if you are into fly fishing and your spouse maybe isn't, but wants to sample some wine, it's like a win-win situation. So this is Bo Beasley here. He is the director of this festival. They are very excited. This is family friendly, beginner friendly as well. And they have some different things going on. So one of the big ones that I noticed is they're expanding what they call the Beyond the Cast Fly Fishing Symposium. So it's going to be on a different day, and let me see if I can bring up my notes. So it's expanding. It's going to be on Friday, so tomorrow from 8 to 4. They're offering more advanced classes this year to focus on land, steelhead, and saltwater species. And then also from 6 to 8 tonight at Delaney Hall Mansion, there's a women, wine, and fly tying class, which is pretty cool. They also have an entire event schedule. Let me bring it up here for you. It goes very specifically into different things that they're offering. Again, this is all for beginners. There's also things for more advanced folks, and it talks about what is included with your ticket versus what comes at a special fee. So that's what I was talking about, that a special thing happening tomorrow with an extra fee from 8 to 4. After that, registration and all that comes with your ticket. So that's pretty great. Just to name some of the things, duct tape and whiskey, first aid. What an amazing title for a class. That's awesome. What is saltwater fly fishing made simple, the history of fly fishing in the Great Smoky Mountains. So they go over the history, the basics, anything you really want to know. They have it for you here. And I actually last year went to check out Meadow Event Park before the festival. I hope they're doing this again. But they had huge man-made ponds inside the festival space where people could practice tying and casting, which is pretty cool. So they really tried to make it interactive, make it family-friendly for you. It should be a great day. So to buy tickets, of course, they have a buy ticket button. Boop, boop, boop. Click on it. It should bring you there. Let's hopefully my browser will let us. I will take that off of it while it goes. But you can get it online, super simple, and hopefully, let's see, it looks like it's not loading for me, but just go to vaflyfishingfestival.com, and it should bring you there. Let's see. Here we go. So for a weekend pass, it will cost you about $38. General admission Friday and Saturday about $22. I believe it's like $20 with an extra $2-ish in fees. And then we can see some of the special master classes and special things that they're offering are going to be for an extra fee. So just keep that in mind. Again, at the Meadow Event Park in Doswell tomorrow at 9, and then on Saturday around the same time. So that is the Fly Fishing Festival, which is pretty great. So you guys know that I have my handy dandy list. We are checking out what else we have here. Hopefully you can still hear me. The Greater Richmond Home Show. So if you are renovating a home, if you are interested in landscaping, this is for you. My husband and I bought our home after we got married in 2023, and I wish we went to this because we would have probably learned a lot instead of learning on the fly, which is fine. But this is happening Saturday and Sunday at the Greater Richmond Convention Center, Saturday from 10 to 8, Sunday from 10 to 5. Anything about renovating kitchens, bathrooms, windows, roofing, landscaping, you're going to learn it here. They're going to have vendors and experts from across the industry here, which is pretty great. So tickets will cost you $10 for adults at the door. Kids are free, but I'm going to tell you about a little hack. If you go to homeshowsva-rm.com, so this is their website, you can get free passes, which is pretty cool. Hit the free passes button. Register online. Admission is free with online registration, which is pretty great. So if you know you're going and you want some free passes, go to their website, fill out your name, all the information, and you can submit for free passes. And then hopefully it all works out for you. You can get in for free, which is pretty cool. So that's the Richmond Home Show, the Greater Richmond Home Show, excuse me. Again, Saturday and Sunday, Saturday from 10 to 8, Sunday from 10 to 5. Anything you need to know about renovating, all of the fun things, they've got it for you. The next situation I want to talk about is National Hobby Month at Pocahontas State Park. A lot of us have New Year's resolutions, and maybe it's to pick up a new hobby. I know for myself, I kind of go through like hyperfixation situations. If you guys watch GMR, you know I was in a sourdough phase. I was in a green juice phase. Well, a lot of these hobbies that the Pocahontas State Park officials are focusing on have to do with the outdoors, of course. So basically every Sunday through January, they are offering classes at their visitor center from 10 to 4 about a different hobby. So they just had bird watching on the 4th. On the 11th, they're going to be talking about composting. The 18th is about hiking, and the 25th is about geocaching. You don't need to pay extra. Just show up to the visitor center on the Sunday that you want, and you can learn pick up some tips and tricks and hopefully learn a new hobby, which is pretty cool. It's standard parking and admission fees apply to the Pocahontas State Park, and you don't have to register in advance. So you can literally just show up at the visitor center from 10 to 4 on the Sunday that you want. Again, this Sunday is composting, hiking on the 18th, and geocaching on the 25th. So that's pretty cool. We also have a whole web story about this on our website, so be sure to check that out as well if you are interested. The next one is Alice in Wonderland at the Dominion Energy Center. So this is pretty cool. Think about if you've ever seen like a Cirque du Soleil situation. It's kind of like this. It's a full Cirque production with a studio here in Richmond. This is happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Dominion Energy Center. So tomorrow at 7:30 is their show, Saturday at 7, and then Sunday at 2. Doors open an hour to showtime. The last event is for my brides. So Richmond and their families and grooms, don't get it twisted, Richmond Weddings Winter Show is happening this weekend. This is on Sunday from 11 to 3 at Main Street Station. It's hosted by Richmond Weddings. They are a wedding publication, and they call themselves the area's longest running wedding publication. If you are a bride in the Richmond area, you probably have heard of them before. Well, they are hosting this giant show with over 90 local vendors. So you can find your venues, your caterers, your planners, your DJs. I actually went to this right after my husband and I got engaged, and that's where we found our venue. So I can attest personally, it is very helpful. I know when you're planning weddings, it can be overwhelming. There's unlimited choices, and everything is beautiful. So this is kind of your one-stop shop. Again, this is Sunday from 11 to 3 at Main Street Station. One ticket will cost you $20. 2 tickets, $35, and it kind of, the more tickets you buy together, the cheaper the price will be, if that makes sense. And I can bring this up and I can show you. So yeah, this kind of gives you the rundown. Order online, order beforehand, super simple. I believe they have a summer show as well. At least they did last year. But if you are a bride and you're just starting the process, or if you're in the middle of the process, I highly recommend. Plus, it's just fun to be around other people in the same phase that are so excited. So I highly recommend that as well. But yeah, that is the Richmond Weddings Winter Show. I believe we are also having them on Thursday onto our show. So they will be giving us all the details about that. But that is the episode for this week. I hope I see you guys next week, depending on what this baby decides to do. As always, if you have an event you want us to know more about, please let us know. You can send us an email at news@wrac.com. You can also send us an email at interview@wrac.com. We are having people on 8 News at 9 very frequently to talk about their events. You guys are doing an amazing things out in your community, and we want to know about them. So please let us know. And for now, I will see you hopefully next week. Have a good one.